The next slide tells you very clearly that nature of man, that he is not a byproduct. We have been indoctrinated for centuries through literature, through scientific fiction, through books of sociology and anthropology and history, that there has been a gradual evolution culminating into human being. The Quran tells us, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only creator, is the most powerful and the most thinking, most the one who has best planning and best designing, then does he have to go for a model which has to be tested and tried, and then gradually from that you develop a better model, then another better model, ultimately you come up with human being? Why he needs that? If his one single command, kun, can create mountains and oceans and microbes and human being, then why application of theory of evolution on human being and on everything? We say ethics has evolved, political science has evolved, sociology has evolved, economics has evolved, scientific development has evolved, therefore human being is also evolved. No doubt, in all human efforts, because of human finitude, we need an evolutionary process. A child learns gradually how to walk, because he is not God, he is a human being, he is limited, he is finite. Therefore, all human ventures, may those be in political science, in sociology, in psychology, have to go through that process. But the creation of universe and mankind, which is a divine act, does not have to follow that approach, because the creator is infinite. His power, his creativity is beyond any measure. Best artist who claims to make the image of Mona Lisa cannot say that on a canvas he said B and Mona Lisa was there. He had to work not one, but perhaps months and months, and that is why what he left behind was not just one painting, but 3 or 4 paintings. Out of those, one has survived, and each one was a result of, in his view, best of his capabilities. So, even the so called artist of Mona Lisa could not claim that he can just make one perfect image, the visualized image of his mother with a smile, with softness, with love in eyes, with all those features that you see in that painting, were not just a matter of saying kun, it was there. Therefore, human being, human mind, human effort is bound to have a process, a graduation. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as the Quran tells us, is beyond that. Next please. Having said that human beings are created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the next important aspect is that human beings are not created just as a biological being. If you look on human beings from anthropological viewpoint or biological viewpoint, then we go for a cellular development to a complex development of body. One small cell develops into ultimately a human being, and you cannot have reverse engineering in human beings. It is just done once and that is all, or you decompose it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the power to do everything. Therefore, when He made human being, the purpose was not to make a robot, but the purpose was to make a responsible human being, which we are trying nowadays through AI. AI. AI tells us that if we are using certain biological and emotional aspects put together, then one day the robot will be able to smile and say welcome and perhaps have feelings. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that it's not just a matter of programmed smiling, a programmed movement of hand, a programmed movement of eyes. Naturally, the robot is programmed, and we program that through that remote which tells him your eye should focus at this point. When the robot is doing surgery in Johannesburg and I am sitting in New Mexico or in New York as a surgeon, it's not robot has any mind. It's me who is telling him with my remote control that now this part of your body should move and go that deep. Which means robot with all his so-called AI is still a very, very helpless being. Human beings are made ethical beings, and ethical means that they have a power to decide. They have been shown two paths. They are told this is right, this is wrong. Haq and batil, Iman and kufr, sawa sabil and crooked ways. Both are shown, and judgment is left to human being. Therefore, you find that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that human being has been created and he has been blessed with this aspect.